Hello, hello, and welcome, dear Sagittarius, to your monthly astrology horoscope for November 2019. This month we have so many news. Mercury is retrograde, but then luckily it goes back direct. Also, the greatest news for you guys, Venus and Jupiter will be joining together in your sign. So that's one of the most fantastic combinations you can possibly have. It happens very rarely. So you are really lucky during November. We are also going to talk about the challenging aspects that Mars will have. So how to prepare, when to prepare. And of course, new moon in your sign, Sagittarius, which is also quite important, and the full moon as well. So get ready, it will get interesting. Before that, just to let you know that I have a special surprise, which I will announce at the end of the video, how you can win a free reading by me. Make sure to watch all of it. And we are beginning our journey from the very last day of October, when Mercury actually turns retrograde in Scorpio in your 12th house. And Mercury will be retrograde until the 20th of November. All of that time, Mercury will be in your 12th house. So there will be no transitions in different signs, which usually is easier, meaning that mostly one area is affected. And this time, it's quite positive that Mercury does not have any challenging aspects at all while it's retrograde. So actually there will be quite a few positive supportive aspects. So this can be a time for you to dive deeper into your inner self. 12th house, it's really about the invisible world, our emotions, our feelings, our past, our subconscious. So it's really time to, get rid of the clutter, to reorganize something, especially more internally, and to have a clear idea of how you're feeling, what you want, what kind of thoughts you want to nurture, what kind of thoughts you would like to separate with. And it's kind of a period to complete, to finish old tasks. 12th house is the last sign, sorry, the last house in the horoscope. So that's kind of an ending phase of something. And the retrograde motion of Mercury there really requires you to dive deeper, to realize what is it that you need to finally finish, to finally complete. Is there something that you would also like to just, get out of your list and just clean a little bit the energy around you and within you? So this Mercury transit for you guys, for you Sagittarius, may not manifest so much on a material level. It could be more on an internal level. And this is a great time for some spiritual work, for spending more time alone, and for just, focusing on your mind and setting free from thoughts that you just don't need. Then on the 1st of November, we are starting with the first great news for you guys, because Venus will ingress your sign, Sagittarius. Venus will be in your first house until the 25th of the month. So that's always great news, and this is always positive about how you feel about yourself, about the opportunities that you can get in terms of love, relationships. For women, this can be a great time to really focus on your appearance, maybe to take care of yourself, buy yourself a nice dress, or maybe change a little bit your haircut, or do something else which awakens your feminine energy. And for some women, this can be actually an internal process. It's not necessary to pay attention to your appearance, but even internally, you may have the opportunity to feel a deeper connection to your feminine energy. For men, this might be a transit which brings more women around you who can support you, or even the romantic area might be more dynamic, more interesting. So overall, that's a beautiful combination, bringing more harmony, more love, and more joy into your life. So as I told you guys, you are probably the luckiest of all signs this month. Then on the 5th of November, we have the first challenging aspect between Mars in your 11th house and Pluto in your 2nd house. So this aspect can bring possible confrontations, sometimes power struggles, anger issues, or some kind of secret stuff happening. And the areas that you need to be extra careful with are resources and finances, and friends and other people. So I would not recommend you to give money to other people. There might be confrontations on that topic. And overall, just to avoid serious confrontations with people overall, with your friends on every topic, because this aspect can bring certain chances for that to happen. So just remember, it's temporary, it will pass. Then on the 8th of November, you guys have a very interesting combination, multiple aspects, different planets supporting each other at the same time, forming an aspect configuration which is called the bisextile, and it triggers positively your 12th, 2nd, and 4th house, the focus point being 2nd house. And keep in mind that also the sun is in your 12th house as well. So this is a time again to pay attention to your intuition, to your inner experiences, but at the same time to use this intuition or inspiration for something material, for something practical. Saturn is in your 2nd house, being the focus point here. So you may use this inspiration or this support to achieve something material, something visible. The support may come from family members as well, or people that you live together with. And overall, you might achieve something material, something practical with this combination. On the 9th, Mercury retro forming a positive aspect with Pluto. Your 12th and 2nd house are triggered. So again, something from the past, something related to your internal experiences might be important and may help you to improve your finances, to improve the area of your resources. For example, this could be like a guidance that you may receive, or maybe an important advice, or a person from the past might be important for you and may give you an important advice or support in terms of something practical and something material. So definitely pay attention to those inner ideas that come, this inspiration. This might be revealed to you as a dream as well. Mercury retro in 12th house can definitely bring those exciting and helpful dreams. Then on the 11th, there is a very interesting combination. The sun is joining Mercury retrograde in your 12th house. So this is a time when things might get quite intense, quite focused, especially if you're working on something from the past, especially if you would like to let it go or see things from a clearer perspective, or separate maybe with something unnecessary. So focus on really finding this inner guidance. This is your best tool that you can use, especially during the first 3 weeks of the month when the sun is in 12th house for you guys. So focus on those things, work on your past to get rid of unnecessary stuff, to bring more awareness, awareness which comes from like within you or outside of you. Just trust, you know, trust those thoughts. They can be very, very helpful for you. After that, on the 12th, there is a full moon in your 6th and 12th house. So this full moon requires from you to find the balance between work and relaxation. How much time do you spend on obligations or doing things for other people, and how much time do you get for yourself? You really need to balance that. If you're too focused on one of those polarities, it will bring discomfort, it will bring really lack of harmony in your life. And another area to pay attention to is also your health. Do you need to change something? Do you need to improve something? Is there something that needs to be fixed? This might include also the work area as well. And the good news is that here, together with the full moon, you have a beautiful supportive aspect between Mars in 11th and Jupiter in 1st house. So it means that you can be inspired to take action towards a better future, towards a different vision, different ideal that you have for yourself, for others, it doesn't matter, but for the future. And at the same time, you can get inspired to take action on that, to be proactive. So quite interesting and quite dynamic full moon for you, Sagittarius. After that, on the 13th, another multiple aspect combination. And basically the same house are activated for you guys, 12th, 2nd, 4th house, but supporting each other. So situations from the past, something from your personal life might come up on the surface, but at the same time, it may also be related to practical things, resources, finances. You may solve previous issues, previous problems, and after all, achieve something stable, bring more stability into your life, especially to the area of your resources. But again, the main thing is to listen to your intuition, to work with your emotions, with your past. That's how you can get those improvements and, you know, the stability after that in your life. And then on the 14th, there is one challenging aspect, guys, which, by the way, is also triggering you more than most of the other signs, because we are talking about Venus in your 1st house. And Venus in your 1st house will have a challenging aspect with Neptune in 4th. So there might be some kind of challenging emotions, increased sensitivity. You may find yourself feeling more vulnerable, and at the same time realizing that there is some kind of unrealistic expectation, some emotion which needs to be processed, which needs to be healed or transformed. And that can include you, your own emotions, your own relationships, but also family, home, the people that you live together with. For example, some family members may need extra care, extra support. They might get over emotional. And this is an aspect which can also bring kind of a victimization, you know, either you feeling a little bit like a victim or someone close to you feeling like a victim, feeling sorry for themselves. So try to move through that, you know, to separate with that, because that's never a helpful strategy. Instead, I would suggest you to feel grateful for realizing certain truth and, you know, getting closer to it, because this is an aspect. Venus squaring Neptune can bring disappointment from the reality because it doesn't match our expectation. But what's the positive here? That after all, you are really getting closer to this reality and to this truth. And I find it always more helpful. So, interesting aspect to be aware of. After that, on the 19th, Mars will ingress your 12th house. This is a position which can help you to focus even more on internal personal things, whether this would be more spiritual practices or working on your own, on preparing for something, or at the same time, this may bring more need for relaxation, just slowing a little bit down, not, rushing through life so much, and really taking time for yourself, basically. Close to that, basically on the very next day, the 20th, also Mercury turns direct again in your 12th house. So lots of things triggering your 12th house, lots of astrology influences, basically. And after Mercury goes direct in your 12th house, you might be able to have a clearer idea of what the meaning was of all of those experiences of the past couple of weeks. So you may have, a clearer perspective, or you may find the solution of a previous problem, or just things might go smoother, fast forward, and just you may even get ready to open up a little bit more and prepare, to share more to others, because overall, while Mercury was retrograde in your 12th, this could be a time when you may also close yourself a little bit for other people. And then you have, guys, a very interesting ingression. The Sun enters Sagittarius on the 22nd. So that's kind of a big one. And for many of you, especially if that's your sun sign, Sagittarius, this will also be your birthday. And this is a fresh new start. This is really time to look ahead, to prepare for the future, to take some action, to feel more inspired, to feel more vitality in your life, to feel more energized and ready to take some action. So, yep, that's quite positive. Also, the 24th, guys, this is the other, I would say, the most positive day during the whole month, because Venus and Jupiter are joining together in your first house. And this is an aspect which can bring all kinds of positive opportunities, positive emotions, positive feelings. In relationships, you can be successful. In business, you can be successful. Financially, even you can be successful. Or you may set up some new goals which are really inspiring for you. So if you have something important for next month, then definitely plan it around this day, because you have much better chances to be successful in this, to be happier about it, to enjoy the process, but also to prosper and to grow in this area. And all of that, in a way, includes also your actions. You as the leading role about, the project, whatever you want to materialize. So this is absolutely fantastic. At the same time, keep in mind, on the same day, Mars is having an opposition with Uranus. And honestly, that's a stressful aspect which can bring surprises and unexpected situations. And in your case, you need to be extra cautious with work, with business, especially with negotiations, and also with your health. So something unplanned might pop up, you need to react fast, but try not to do it, impulsively out of impatience and anger. Instead, you may use the aspect to make a change that maybe you didn't really have the courage for. This may boost your motivation and, really get you closer to the desire of experiencing more freedom, more variety in your life. So this could be interesting time for some experiments and trying new things, but at the same time, pay attention. So don't be reckless in terms of your decisions. The 25th of November, Venus is moving to your second house, your finances, your resources. Those can be some positive things that you can receive, that you can achieve, material stuff, financial stuff. And also you may enjoy buying yourself something nice, getting something beautiful for yourself. Venus is the natural ruler of second house. So we are always happy when the planet gets to where it's supposed to be, whether this is the sign position or the house position. So Venus can bring you some prosperity, some financial opportunities, and positive experiences in regards to this area of your life. After that, on the 26th, the very important new moon in Sagittarius in your sign. Time to set some new goals, personal goals of what would you like to achieve, how you are gonna achieve it, which are the steps that you can take. This can help you to improve your confidence, to have more positive expectations, to be more optimistic about life, about what you can achieve, believing also. Sagittarius is a sign of belief. So you can be really lucky in those areas and at the same time feel inspired to take more action and do things. So definitely plan and set up some new goals for the future. The 27th of November, Neptune turning direct in your fourth house, especially important if you have a cusp of a house around the 16th degree. And overall, like a couple of days around this day, you need to be more cautious when it comes to your family and home and property stuff. Don't get really important decisions because your judgment may not be that objective. For a certain reason, you can be over emotional or oversensitive or not that concentrated. However, after that, you may notice that it's easier to express those things on a material level, on an outer level, maybe to show your appreciation to your family, to your loved ones, and just to use this creativity more for something external, basically. The 28th, Mercury already direct in your 12th house, connecting positively to Neptune in 4th house, which by the way is also direct. So this can be an interesting time to reconnect more to people you love, to feel more compassionate, to be more empathetic, and also to receive guidance. This can be guidance from the family members, but also guidance coming from somewhere else. So pay extra attention to your dreams, to your sensations, to what's your inner self trying to tell you. Especially if you have interest in meditations, in spiritual practices, this can be an especially productive time. And I'm saying productive, but maybe that's not the best word, because it's not necessarily related to something material. Actually, this can be just like a wisdom, like an idea of creativity about something you would like to do. But there is another aspect, which is more about practical things and productivity, because on the same day, Venus in 2nd house connects positively to Uranus in 6th house. And this can be especially positive for practical results, for work, business, finances. Changing something, being inspired, making or receiving some positive surprises in regards to those areas, having a new idea, different approach. So yes, it can be especially productive for you guys. And the last combination on the 30th, Mercury in 12th house, connecting positively to Saturn in 2nd house. This aspect already happened once, but Mercury was retrograde, so now it happens again. Mercury already direct. So those ideas that you might have can help you to achieve something practical. So again, it might be like an inspiration, like an intuition or a guidance which you can receive, and you may apply those ideas or those advices or the inspiration into something practical, into something concrete. So that's a very logical, very rational combination. But at the same time, in your case, because it's 12th house that's triggered, you can also use the inspiration. So it's not just logic, it's kind of a mixture between logic and inspiration. And I honestly love those combinations because they are really amazing. So we are ending the month in pretty good terms, actually. And now the fun part, how you can win your free reading. Just make a picture of yourself and the monthly horoscope, or it could be a screenshot on your computer, on your phone. Be creative, it doesn't really matter. Post it on Instagram and tag me. Marina Stoichkova, that's my profile. I will put the link in the description below for your convenience. And one of you guys will win a free reading. The lucky guy will be announced after Mercury goes direct on my Instagram. So make sure to follow me there. Thank you very much, Sagittarius, for watching this forecast. Please let me know if you like those type of presentations. And I'm pretty sure that this month will be just amazing for you guys, with so many things triggering Sagittarius positively. I'm sure that this would be quite important and memorable. Thank you very much again, and I'll see you guys really soon.